Within days of reports that the Russia-Ukraine conflict was heading for a temporary ceasefire, Moscow bombarded Ukraine with dozens of missiles, putting an end to all speculations of potential peace. The latest incident was a major shock to all those who hoped that the protracted Russia-Ukraine war was reaching its end. Meanwhile, world leaders converged in Indonesia on November 15th and 16th for the G-20 summit. India will assume the presidency of the Group of 20, the alliance of 19 major economies, and the European Union on December 1st of this year. Many are hopeful that India can make meaningful contributions to the global economy and can help improve the current unstable geopolitical state of affairs during her reign as president. India, despite mounting global pressure, has been able to maintain positive diplomatic ties with both sides of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. India is also one of the few countries that both sides listen to when matters reach a breaking point.
When I was in the United Nations a few days ago, the big concern at that time was the safety of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant because there was some fighting going on very proximate to it. And again, there was a request to us to press the Russians on that issue, which we did.
India will also face challenges on the economic front during its presidency. The world is staring at a recession following the COVID-induced economic downturn and supply chain issues further exacerbated by the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which has resulted in runaway inflation. Global growth has hit a major roadblock. While the world grew at 6% in 2021, the growth rate is projected to drop to 3.2% in 2022 and will further slip to 2.7% in 2023. The global inflation rate, which stood at 4.7% in 2021, is expected to rise to 8.8% by the end of 2022. India, however, is expected to grow by 6.8% in the current fiscal year. India is a model for others in achieving similar economic growth and stability. The G-20 declaration, which predominantly echoed Indian ideas, vowed to push for global macroeconomic stability by giving nations, particularly disadvantaged ones, a platform to improve their financial resilience. According to economic experts, India, an emerging economy, has a deep economic understanding of middle-income and low-income countries. India, with its unique perspective, can help the G20 achieve its goal of enhancing the financial resilience of these nations. India's economic model, which has advocated for open, liberal markets that provide opportunities to even the most vulnerable, has garnered praise from countries and organizations throughout the world.
We have a path forward to addressing current food and energy security challenges while continuing our efforts to build a resilient global economy. Prime Minister Modi's relationship was critical to this outcome, and we look forward to supporting India's G20 presidency next year.
India's economy was able to quickly recover from the COVID pandemic thanks to the government's prudent fiscal policies. And today, India finds itself in a very unique position where she may serve as a spokesperson for a significant portion of the global population that has, up until now, either been neglected or ignored.
So far, the agenda for the world was set by developed world. We were just responding to them. This is for the first time that the agenda has been set by developing markets, and we are getting other worlds to cooperate and bring in consensus to drive the world.
This is also a historic time for the G20, which will now be led by a nation that has always placed dialogue and diplomacy at the center of its approach to international relations. India's diplomatic and economic policies have helped the country achieve significant growth at a time when other economies have failed or are struggling. Many predict that as India brings its tried and tested policies to the G20 presidency, the world will greatly benefit under the Brand India approach.